Hey everyone, it's wedding season. I get to go to 2 weddings this summer. And welcome to my channel, it's Rebecca. Dun, 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 dun. Folks, it's really warm out. I'm sure it is where you are too. And I feel super sweaty. I had to turn my fan off like all the people who film and podcasts do. And but I am going to put my makeup on. We're going to talk about stuff. I don't know what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to show you some very good warm weather, just either mature skin, maybe even oily skin. I have dry skin, but right now my skin is oily. Like there is nothing dry on me. So I am actually going to be attending 2 weddings this summer. It's kind of exciting. It's not just been 3 years, which is kind of pandemic, timeline of people doing things for, like special occasions. I don't know when the last time, I know the last wedding I went to was my best friend's, her wedding in 2017. So I think that was the last wedding I've been to. Because I think when you get to a certain age, the wedding season kind of lulls. All your friends are married, then everyone is having kids, the kids are too young. Now we've got either second or third marriages. Some are like your kids' friends that are now getting married. Like literally that's where I'm going. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think what we're all wondering is, what do we do to look fresh and not cakey, not look like we're melting? Obviously, if you are a bride, this would be helpful too. But I feel like anything we can use anything that looks beautiful in photos, whether it's selfies, casual on your phone, whether it's professional photography shots. But I think there's a combination of looking stunning, glowing, but also keeping it low-key enough that you don't have to worry about touch-ups, and that it's gonna be like Teflon, but look like silk. Let's talk about starting from the skin, good skin, and put your sunscreen on. The 2 weddings I'm going to this season are outdoors, and they're in the later part of the day, which is still going to be, depending on where the guests are facing, we might have the sun set in our face. Hopefully we have it behind us. I went to a wedding once in July. I think it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was 90 degrees. The sun was directly above us. We were all melting. My point is, you're gonna sweat. All right, but whether you are dry skin, oily skin, still prep, do your skin prep because your makeup will look better. I guarantee it, okay? Biossance has a new squalane probiotic gel moisturizer. So I am a huge fan of their moisturizer like this in a cream, and now they have come out with a gel, and it is beautiful. Of course, it's fragrance-free, alcohol-free. It is vegan and so many other good ingredients and benefits. And I think what is so nice about it is that it just creates such a lovely bit of hydration. Your skin will behave itself. If you're sensitive, it's not going to be bothered. If it's oily, it's not going to feel heavy. So I'm a fan of this moisturizer. I actually have a Biossance 20% off code for the website itself. You can find the brand lots of retailers, but if you wanted to shop from the Biossance website, I do have a code. It's kind of fun, right? And you guys, can we just sing the praises of the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer? Because I honestly feel like for a high-end, for a luxury concealer, $30, it's really good. Like, I feel really pleased with it. Feel like it is comparable to some of my favorite drugstore, you know, like the Flower Beauty Serum Concealer. But I also feel like it beats hands down the YSL All Hours Concealer and the Hourglass Vanish Concealer, because I know how popular these are. This one is a little too dry for me. This one is great, but you know, feels like you're spending a lot of money. I'm gonna use the corrector. I have the corrector and the concealer. I don't feel it's necessary to do both. I think you can really just do the concealer. The corrector I have is C2, which, so I'm just gonna use it, right? If you got married like in an old church, here we go, was there air conditioning? Because I got married in an old church. There was no AC, but it also didn't feel like we needed any. It felt cool. But then the church that we attend, I guess the reason I'm talking about this, church and air conditioning. So many ceremonies these days, it seems like, are outside or at venues where like you're in a tent or something, and I just feel like you're not really in any AC environment. And but like if you get married in a church or a banquet, like a ballroom, then I guess you would have the benefit of AC. So yeah, so I think that's another thing to consider. Also, I am putting on a lot of this color corrector. It's like going everywhere for me. Whatever, that's fine. So like I said, oh, another high-end concealer that I've always enjoyed is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Concealer. And again, it's just like, you know, it's good, but I think the Natasha Denona is better. Which one is this shade? 475. This is N3. I don't know if you can see but I just feel like if I do a little bit of this Natasha Denona concealer, I don't even need foundation. I don't think I'm going to be using foundation, to be honest with you. I kind of mixed that up, didn't I? Okay, here we go. Now you can see what it looks like here. Look at that. I think that the Natasha Denona concealer, and you guys, this is not sponsored, I'm just sitting here singing its praises. I feel like what I like about it is it's hydrating, but it's self-setting, I think, to a point. And also it just spreads so evenly. So it feels like it's got kind of a velvety finish, but it's also stays very hydrating on the skin. You know, using products that have really good high definition sort of diffusing of your imperfections, but without adding thick layers is such a good idea, because then you're not going to look masky or anything in photos. And not only that, but you're just going to look really good in real life. I mean, honestly, I think sometimes we look better in photos and then we look at ourselves in the mirror and go, oh wow, I didn't know my pores were so big. At least that's how I feel. Taking this Pacifica, this is the cream bronzer. It is shade Sunnyside, Sandy Kiss. I don't know why I said Sunnyside. It's the shade Sandy Kiss. I knew this. Okay, here we go. And I'm taking a stipple Real Techniques. You could use this for blush. And I am going to brush this all over. Not really all over like foundation, but really, really go across my cheek area. Has just such a nice, I don't know why I like it so much. I just do. No, I mean, that sounds unfair to the product. Like, why do you like this? It's just, it's so buoyant. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Now I am going to take my Wayne Goss puff and my Wayne Goss powder, and we are going to go to town on powder, folks. This is, yeah, we are going to powder. Because normally, I know like I'm always like just a light dusting of powder. Well, we need powder, okay? I'm kind of employing the old Hollywood, you know, like let's cake up the face and no, I'm just kidding. We're gonna put cream products on and then we're gonna really, really fluff it up, really pack on the powder. And then you let the powder marry into the skin. Yeah. Okay. So that's the first layer of powder. Yes, I said first layer of powder. I'm going to take a setting spray. I love my Hourglass. This is the Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. No one talks about it anymore, but when it came out, I bought like 2 bottles. So I have it, so I need to use it. It's beautiful though. Love it. Absolutely love it. I am going to use my Milk Makeup Eyebrows because this is waterproof. This way your eyebrows will just stay lovely and not go anywhere. It's the Milk Cush Brow Shadow Stick, and I have shade, I think this is Haze. Kind of like to, there we go. I'm going to take my NYX Epic Smoke Liner. This is the one in Nude Haze, and I love this. So it's brown, it's kind of a brown shade. And I'm going to use my lower lash line, that's what I'm trying to say, as a guide. That's where I'm putting the wing. And it's a little too low, so we're gonna start over there. There we go. That's better. We're going to use Midsummer and the shade Tempest. This is still the same shade, you guys. I'm just pushing it. It's so, my body heat is just like moving the product. So it's actually kind of working out okay. And now I'm going in the shade Glare. Okay. We are going to put on some blush and bronzer, and I'm going to use my Breakfast Club. It's drugstore. I love it. So I'm just basically going through where I applied the bronzer already. I'm using volume 1, and that is class of 84 is the shade I'm using. I'll show you. It's right here. And then I like to go into the athlete and use that right here. A little more powder. The nice thing about this Wayne Goss powder, you guys, is it's just weightless. It really, really looks like skin, and it does such a nice job of even, I feel like after a couple hours, it starts to look hydrating. So you might be going, well, then why do that, Rebecca, if you're trying to avoid anything shiny? And it's like, I know, well, if you have obviously a preferred powder, go for it. I'm just saying, I think this does such a good job of putting on, holding the makeup in place and letting the skin look flawless, but not dry. I'm just kind of taking a clean brush, just sort of doing. Okay. Two things I'm going to do are a highlighter that has SPF in it. Obviously, this isn't the only SPF to rely on, and also a little bit of contour, but kind of very subtle. I'm taking a little bit of this is on the back of my hand, and it's just shade 01. Oop, now a lot came out. See, this is why I don't put it on the sponge. I mean, sometimes I do, but okay. You could also use this for a bronzer shade. It really depends. I'm not going for very gray right now. I'm just going for more subtle, like bronzer. Is that what we're calling it, right? Okay. And I'm even making sure I don't have very much on the back on this brush. And I'm gonna go right here, because I think that really just sort of gives a nice, kind of a smoky look. Now for the highlighter, this is from MD Solar Sciences. I love it so much. You can keep it in your purse and just pop it on. You can put it anywhere. And it's just a great highlighter, but it also adds a bit of SPF, and then also it looks so dewy on the skin. And I enjoy it. Okay, now more setting spray. The key to having lifted lashes, but also smudge proof, is a waterproof mascara. I am going to do the e.l.f. waterproof. You curl your, oh gee. We're gonna wait for that to dry. And I'm just gonna go in with a hodgepodge of mascara. I'm not doing lashes today, but obviously false lashes are such a good special occasion touch. I just don't have it in me. And that's kind of how I feel even for events. Not always. 95% of the time I don't wear lashes. By the way, this is ColourPop Level Up, and it's actually in shade brown, which was by mistake, but I really like it. And I'm taking a fine tip pen to line the inner corner. You just got to do it, right? Putting on lip liner in a very neutral shade. I'm going to use my BK Beauty Warm Spice, and I am going to fill in my entire lip. Jason Whoa Honey Fluff in, I can't remember the shade, and it's kind of a red. And we're going to put this on first. It's a little more blue. You can also put this on your cheeks. Definitely like a liquid lip, very very velvety. Oh, I went a little higher than I wanted, so we're gonna just pretend I intended that. By the way, this is just a Wet n Wild concealer brush. I think it makes excellent lip brushes. We've got Confidence from BK Beauty. It's like my hair orange, coral red of the summer and till the end of time. And they say that if you mix a blue and a red, a blue and an orange base red, it's alluring. That was a snort. I think my skin looks like skin without being too makeup-y. I actually think I might. Blood. Yeah, I'm blotting. I'm even blotting the highlighter. It's just too much right now. I just feel greasy. Huh? What do you say? Well, I think this is cute. I think this works. And I hope that this will last me for hours and hours. Maybe on the dance floor. Some of the takeaways. Biossance moisturizer in a gel, cream, hybrid, new. It is so nice, lightweight, all skins, right? Oily or dry. Natasha Denona, that concealer, I love it. I really, really love it. I just feel like it's done it's the right amount of coverage. It doesn't crease. It stays nice without caking under my eyes. We did a little bit of layering with powder and setting spray. Drugstore, high-end. Yeah. You know? I hope you enjoyed that. think my eyeshadow is staying put. Same with my eyebrows. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. I appreciate that. Send this video to all your friends and be like, hey, this woman, she's like older and really knows what she's doing. Ha ha, that was funny. Okay, thanks so much. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.